on behalf of the Senate of the University of Manitoba, that you confer a Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, upon David Alexander Robertson for his outstanding contributions in the arts and distinguished achievements.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
And now invite Dr. David Robertson to please address convocation.
Thought I was kind of maybe young to get one of these, but then I realized when I read this, I have to take my glasses off. So maybe that's not entirely accurate. Thank you to Dr. Sinclair, who's been a dear friend of mine for a long time. Madam Chancellor, President Benarach, members of the Senate, faculty, honored guests, graduate folks. I'm humbled and deeply grateful for being awarded the honorary doctorate of letters. I've been at this whole writing thing, which became much more than a writing thing, about 14 years now. And in reflection, I would say that my main goal has been community building. In that spirit, I acknowledge the community I have surrounded myself with that has made whatever accomplishments of mine possible. My family, my friends, my colleagues within the writing community, the students and educators I've written stories for and spent countless hours with, elders and knowledge keepers, people who have guided me, held me up, figuratively and literally, walked with me, put up with me. That's mostly for my wife, that one. And believed in me. I want to make special mention of my wife, Jill, my children, Emily, Cole, Anna, Lauren, and James, my mother, Bev, my parents, in-law, I never use that word, but for the sake of disambiguation, I will today, Nigan and Sheila, who are present and who have always been there for me. And most of all today, my father is present. In fact, what makes this so special to me today is that 16 years ago, almost to the day, my dad was awarded an honorary doctorate here as well. I remember asking him once why he chose the jobs that he did, because I knew he'd been offered many jobs, including in the world of politics. His answer was that he'd always picked work that enabled him to help the most people. He wanted the same for me, and I've tried to live up to that standard that he set. And I want the same for you. I want to tell you that whatever is in your capacity to do, you ought to do. And do it always with compassion and passion, expecting the most out of yourself, and always with the intention to help others, to bring people together. And that's what I have found is the most powerful thing that stories do. And change doesn't happen overnight. I asked Dad when he retired if he thought he'd made a difference. He told me that if he'd done things the right way, he wouldn't see the impact he has made in his lifetime. Earlier this year, I gave a workshop to a room full of Indigenous educators at the Canadian Museum for Human Rights. My dad developed programming like BUNTAB, the Brandon University Northern Teachers Education Program, to train Indigenous people to become educators. And looking out over that room, I saw what he had meant. Most of the people there were there because of the work he did. Creating change seems daunting in this way, and I get it. At times you may wonder how much of a difference one person can make. My father, he had a quote taped inside one of his notebooks from Edward Everett Hale, and I in turn taped it to the wall at my desk and also tattooed it on my arm. And it says, "I am only one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do." You are one, but never forget as well that we're in this together. And if one of you can do something, together as a community, I think we can achieve anything. So thank you once again, Ekozani, the University of Manitoba, my family, friends, and colleagues, for this humbling but rewarding day. Thank you.